Hi, and welcome to another St. Peter's Monday Music Ministry Minute. I'm Adam Lefever Hughes. I'm the Director of Music at St. Peter's. And so, with Palm Passion Sunday yesterday, we are now officially in Holy Week. And I thought we would take some time to meditate on the message of this week and what it might mean for us in our time. So, as we think about this Holy Week, we might also feel some sadness as we recount the story of Jesus' death on the cross. We might lament that despite our best intentions, we continue to sin against one another and against God. Of course, we know how the story ends, but that doesn't always change how we might feel while we're in the midst of trials. So, speaking of trials, I don't know about you all, but I have been really sad not to be with everyone, with all of you lately. Those of you who know me well might have a hard time believing this because I am a self-professed super introvert. I should have a cape. But really, it's true. One of the things I love most about being a church musician is leading all of you, leading the church in song. When we sing together, our collaboration feels like a give and take to me. And for me, singing together is an act of love where we give of ourselves for the betterment of those around us. And I miss that act of love. And I've really been lamenting not getting to share it. So, lament. There's a word we don't hear much on Sunday morning. When we get together, we often try to focus on the joy brought to us by the resurrection, which is great. But the danger there is not acknowledging the more difficult parts of our human existence. If we don't give space for the tough times, we might miss out on the amazingly good news that God still comes to us in those dark spaces. In fact, I wonder if maybe the power of God's love is shown to be even stronger because of those dark places of sin and death and darkness. At any rate, sadness and brokenness are definitely a part of our human experience, and for this reason, many hymnals include a lament section with some beautiful songs to sing. In fact, the last Sunday we sang Just a Closer Walk with Thee as the sending during Church at Home, which happens to be in the lament section of our hymnal. One song in particular really jumped out at me, both for this time in the church year and also in this time of staying at home and not being with one another. The first stanza has us sing, "In deepest night, in darkest days, when harps are hung, no songs we raise, when silence must suffice as praise, yet sounding in us quietly, there is the song of God." Such an amazing idea that even though we might not be singing together, God's song is still with us. The second stanza goes like this. When friend was lost, when love deceived, dear Jesus wept, God was bereaved. So with us in our grief God grieves, and round about us mournfully there are the tears of God. So in this in-between time, this liminal time when we are not able to gather together, in a way, could it be a comfort to know that God would grieve with us and that we would not be alone in our grief? The final stanza, well, it's just too good not to share it with you in song. So let's take a listen.
When through the waters winds our path, all round us pain, all round us death, deep calls to deep a saving breath, and found beside us faithfully, there is the love of God. No matter what we go through, God will be with us. Whether it is death, pain, or sorrow, God's love will be beside us faithfully. As they say, that'll preach. Thank you for joining me. I hope to see you again next time. And until then, may there always be a song in your heart.